Hi guys, Dawn Robles. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator outside the Phoenix, Arizona area. And today I am so excited to share the project with you. I seen this neat box over on Instagram. I think it was created by Creative Kira. So I'm going to tattle on myself and say I was totally intrigued with this box and I wanted to make the box and I wanted to make it right now. So I spent about an hour and a half between YouTube and Pinterest trying to find instructions and I could not find them. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to create it myself. And today that's the project that we're going to make. So looking for that great Father's Day gift, here it is. So it is a fun little box. So it's got created with a belly band. So I'm just going to simply slide that belly band off and I'm going to go ahead and open the box. So yep, there's some nuggets, cute little places to keep some notes. But wait a second. There's another side with nuggets. So yeah, they called it the magic box over on Instagram, and it kind of is because it's super cool. It's very easy to make. I do apologize, the video is a little bit long, so if you need to just kind of fast forward through some of it, feel free. But if you do like the project, you do like the video, please give me a thumbs up. It really does help my YouTube channel. And if you want to watch more videos like this, just hit that subscribe button. So let's get started. As you can see, I made a couple of different versions of it, but today we're going to go ahead and stick with the camping one. I'm going to go through this kind of quickly, but don't worry, I will have all of the measurements listed in the description. But I will go over the sizes with you right now. So, there went the light again. So you're going to make the box bases, you're going to need 2 pieces and you're going to need them to be 4 1/2 by 5 1/4. So 2 pieces, 4 1/2 by 5 1/4. Then for the mechanisms, we're going to need 2 pieces cut at 2 3/4 by 4 5/8. For the belly band, we're going to need a piece 2 by 6 3/4. For the base of the boxes to sit on, so this piece and the lid here, the bottom and the lid, there we go. You're going to need 2 pieces again, 2 1/4 by 5 7/8. And then if you want to layer it, the next one would be 2 1/8 by 5 3/4. And then, of course, your DSP, which is going to be 2 by 5 5/8. You're going to need 6 pieces of, so you can layer the mechanism, so you can have little messages or little pretties, whatever. I don't know what to call it. So you're going to need 6 pieces. The bottom layer is going to be 1 7/8 by 2 5/8. And then the DSP layer is going to be 1 3/4 by 2 1/2. So as you can see, this is how I layered it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our scoring out of the way first. Bring in our Simply Scored scoring tool here. We'll go ahead and start with the box. So on the 5 1/4 side, we're going to go ahead and score at 5/8, 1 1/4, 4 by 4 5/8. We're going to rotate that, and again we're going to score at 5/8, 1 1/4, and then we're going to go to 3 1/4 and 3 7/8. That will be your box. That'll hold your nuggets. Then we're going to go ahead and do the mechanisms. Again, this piece is 2 3/4 by 4 5/8. We're going to score that at 5/8, 2 5/8. And then we're going to take our belly band And since it does have a little bit of a lip, as you can see here, it's got a little bit of a lip. I went ahead and measured it out and it fits really, really great. So I scored that at 1 1/8, 1 7/8, 4 1/8, and 4 7/8. So that is all the scoring that we have. Set that aside. And then I will go ahead and bring in our mechanism. And what we're going to do here is you're going to fold the 5/8 flat back, and then the mechanism will fold forward. So you'll have like a little mini Z. And just make sure you burnish those really good. Again, I know I say this all the time, but if you score from the middle out, you'll get a more even on both sides. And then on this piece, we want to ever so slightly just take a very little piece off so it'll fit inside the box and still work. But you don't want to cut too much off because then it's not going to fit in there super snug. So we got that piece out of the way. Now we're going to go ahead and create our box. So again, just fold and burnish on all your score lines. Like so. And then for me, the easiest way is I'm going to cut on the 4 1/2 side. I'm going to cut in to that second score line. What I'm doing here is I'm just creating my tabs. And then this section, and this section is going to be completely cut away. Now you can go ahead and angle your tabs in so it makes the box go together nicely. And again here, this piece right here is going to act as a reinforcement to make your box stronger. So you want to take a little sliver off, but you don't want to take a ton off. But you do want to make sure that all your score lines are gone so it will slide into that box a little more easily. And I hope any of that makes sense. So we'll just finish getting all of that going. And I get so excited when I come up with these new projects. I just want to share it with everyone. My kids looked at me like, yeah, Mom, that's cool. Let's move on now. So today is the last day of school for my kids for the school year. So which is good because the morning hassle is getting kind of crazy as they get older. They don't want to get up. They don't want to go to school. So I think I'm going to be very happy for the break. The only problem is my oldest daughter is getting her driver's license in June, and that's going to scare me a little bit, but I know growing pains, right? Parents have them too. But we usually have a little bit of wine or coffee to get us through that. So, okay, so I've cut all of that. Let me get this out of my way. And then I'm just going to bring in my tear and tape. Now, when you're putting your boxes together, you definitely want a strong adhesive. So our Seal Plus will work really great. Even the Tombow liquid glue works really great. I'm just a fan of tear and tape, so that's why I use it. And you always want your glue or your tear and tape, whatever you're using, you definitely want that right up against that score line so it holds your box in place. And then I'm just going to burnish all of that real quick. Wait, it's good. Get rid of that sliver. And then on the inside, I'm going to go ahead and use my Seal Plus. And again, make sure all your score lines are cut away or that box really will not fold in. I mean, it'll fold in, but it'll be clunky, and we don't want that. So I think I'm gonna take this one off just a little sliver more. And then I'm just gonna run a little bit of seal on here just to hold. Don't really need it because they do just stay in place once you fold them over, but. And we'll just go ahead and remove your tear and tape backing. But you know what? One thing I did forget, I wanted to stamp a message on the inside of the box. Now some of them I put designer series paper, but I'm running low and getting selfish, so I'm going to stamp a sentiment in there. And what I did with that is I used the He's All That. I love this set for, especially for men. Can you see that? Okay. So He's All That. And I'm just going to take the Hello Handsome and ink it up in my soft succulent, which I guess I should have told you what colors I used. And just put that in there so he has a little greeting when all the Hershey nuggets are gone. So yeah, I guess I should have told you I used the He's All That collection, the suite. So it came with the DSP, and I'll grab that here in a minute. I forgot. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, okay. So then we're just going to fold in our sides, like so. And you can see I didn't trim enough off the side of that, so I'm just going to trim a little bit more, get a cleaner edge there, and push that into place. And then you just take your bone folder and reinforce that. Okay, so now we have our box ready to go. Okay, so now we've got the box completed. Now we're going to go ahead and work on the mechanism. So I'm going to bring in the box that I completed prior to this, and as you can see that I went ahead and attached my layers to the mechanism. There's going to be 3 for each panel. So the box will go together like this, and this glue tab is going to slide right into the edge of this box. So when we open, we just need one panel here, and then on this side we will put the 2 panels. So took my first layer of early espresso, and then I'm just going to go ahead and put my He's the Man DSP on. Like so, and then I will put it on the inside layers. So the side where the glue tab folds in, we're going to go ahead and add this layer. So, and then that's going to attach into the box like that. So when your box actually opens, then you're going to need 2 pieces here, and you'll need to decide how you want to put that. So I'm going to take this out, open it up, and I'm going to take the trailer and the tent on the upper, and I'm going to put the other piece down here. And if you go over the edge, just go ahead and fold that back onto itself. Okay. I'll go ahead and do the other piece. And place it inside. Now I'm going to go ahead and use liquid glue to attach. That way it gives me a little bit of wiggle room. Now the one thing I want everybody to remember is these tabs need to go on opposite sides of the box. So on this one you can see that I put the glue tab facing me and it folds up like this. So on this box I need to put the glue tab facing away from me, so when you open it, it opens the opposite direction. And like I said, I'm going to use liquid glue. That way it gives me a little wiggle room to get it exactly where I want it. May have gotten a little too much there. And then I'm just going to slide it all the way inside the box there. Make it even, and then just go ahead and get it, well, maybe. Press it down so it's even, and then go ahead and attach it to the inside of the box. So you have a nice even lip right here. Go ahead and open that. And burnish it so that glue attaches really well. Okay, so we got that part done. We're going to bring in our bottom layer, and I'm actually going to bring a piece of grid paper in as well here. So I want to show you what I did. Hopefully we can see. So thank God our grid paper has rulers on both sides. So I'm just going to line this up in the bottom corner. And what I did when I placed my boxes is I went about an 1/8 inch in here and an 1/8 inch on the side. So when I glue my box down, I have a nice little border all the way around the box. So again, I am using liquid glue so I can have a little wiggle room. Tombow works perfect for this. And then I'm just going to put it down, hold it in place for just a minute, and then I will take the bottom of my bone folder and just press it down. So that box is adhered. So this one again, this is going to go like so. Okay, so you want one flap coming this way and one flap coming this way. So we're going to glue this side of the box and the bottom. This side here is going to attach to that box. Right? Okay, let me put the glue here so I don't forget. Okay. And then I'm going to again, I'm just going to eyeball it and I'm going to push it in tight against that box, but I also want to make sure, which I don't, that's why I got liquid glue here, that I still have a nice even lip here. And then just push it in tight so these two pieces adhere. I'm going to hold that tight for a minute. Like so, and then I will take this like so. Okay, let's go ahead and get rid of grid paper. Get you back in. Now I took the liberty of wrapping my nuggets. I did save ones to show you. So this is simply just a 1 by 3-inch strip. All you do is wrap it securely around your nugget. And then what I found best is liquid glue worked best for me, or tear and tape, but I wasn't going through the process of tear and tape. So the liquid glue holds it extremely well. So, and then that's all you do to decorate the nuggets and make them pretty. And then I'm going to attach my top layers as well. So I'm going to take a little bit of, you can use just your Stampin' seal on this. Okay, and we're going to line this layer up. And it's just got a nice small border all the way around. Okay, and then again, just adhere it to the lid base. I lost my mojo, ladies. And men. I left to pick up my kids. If you can hear them in the background, I apologize. They're teenagers, but they're louder now than when they were kids. So I just adhered that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my box, and I'm going to add liquid glue to the top of both of these. When you do that, make sure that you line up here and that you're lined up here very well. That way when you open your lid, everything is even. I do want to get by the edges, so and this part can be a little bit tricky when you're trying to glue it together, but because you need about 12 fingers sometimes, right? So that looks pretty even. So I'm just going to go ahead and put my lid base on. Again, I just eyeballed it, but then once you get it in place, you can kind of, so I need a little more room on that side, so I'm just going to slide it ever so slightly. There we go. And it lines up pretty nice, top and bottom. Just going to go ahead and open that up and give it a nice press in here. Open this side up and give it a very nice press. And that way you can see here that this and this both lined up. Got off a little bit here, but that's okay. Make sure both sides of your box opens. Go ahead and add your nuggets. Trailer on that side, flip it around and do the same thing. Yes, that's so cool. I'm so excited. All right, final steps here. We are bringing in our belly band, and we're just gonna burnish our score lines. When you're doing that, make sure that you line up on both sides there. And then we're going to and you can make your belly band with your cardstock as well. This one just, I don't know, it just was so pretty. I just wanted to use a lot of this paper. And then I'm just going to kind of line it up. For me, I like the smaller portion to go on the bottom because this is your seam is going to be covered up anyway. And then just put some liquid glue. You can use tear and tape, liquid glue, whatever works for you. No, mine doesn't want to work. There we go. Just make sure it doesn't ooze out the sides and get on your... And don't make it so tight that you can't move. Okay. So I'm going to make sure I didn't get any glue on there. And I'm going to take it off and just press it with my fingers. Okay, then I'm going to slide her back on. I might even recommend just using tear and tape on the belly band. And then I cut out of Early Espresso, I use the second largest stitch circle and cut that out. And then in that He's the Man stamp set, this is the first time I've seen this and it's falling apart, but we got a set of really neat just pop outs, so you can make all kinds of different cards with this. I'm choosing to use With You I'm Never Lost, and there's 2 of every one of these, so super cool. As you can see, I've used a lot of them already. And all I did is I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals. And yes, I go overboard on dimensionals. And position it where I want it. And then I'm just going to adhere a little bit of glue to the back of this and stick it on my belly band. You could pop up both sections if you wanted, but I just glued that straight down. Okay, so we've got the belly band done and completed, but I forgot to decorate the inside when we were putting it together. So if you want to decorate it, just pick out what you want to put on there. You can use the pop outs that I showed you, or you can use something out of the stamp set. I just went ahead and stamped some greetings on there, but you don't want to use dimensionals on the inside of the box because it'll make it too bulky. So just go ahead, and use regular old glue or Stampin' Seal. So I'm going to go ahead. Every Day With You is Another Adventure. I'm going to put that on that side. And then I'm going to flip that old magic box around. And then I stamped a couple of different things. This came out of the die set there. You could put like, that looks kind of cool, doesn't it? Holy smokes, you're amazing. And then again on here, Together for the Long Haul. Let's do that. That looks good. Again, I did get these die cuts out of the He's All That suite, if you're looking to see where that came from. And I love the holy smokes because I say that all the time. I'm just going to line that up there. Push it down. And this one is cool too with the VW wagon. Right? That's what they're called. Van. VW van. And then I'm just going to put that right there. Okay. Slide the belly band back on. Okay, there you go. Thank you for watching my magic box. Again, if you like the video, please hit that like button for me. It really does help me. You guys go out there, make it a great week, and happy crafting.